What's going on, everybody? Slang Dutchman here, and before we start this video I wanted to do a little just the best wishes, because it's 2021 now. We survived 2020, which was kind of a shit year, and we'll hope for the best for 2021, and I wish each and every one of you all of the best luck and wishes, and may it be a better year than the last one. So enjoy this video. What's going on, everybody? Slang Dutchman here, and today I forgot to pick up the camera and I had an empty battery, so I had to charge up the battery first. So I was like, well, I'm losing daylight, so I was just started to get cracking at it. And well, as I told you guys in the previous video, if I get MOT, well, I got MOT. It was not the easiest thing because there was still some things wrong with it, and I got like a, I don't know how to call it, sort of after inspection. When the garage says that the car is good, they have like a government agency that goes like, hold on, we want to double check that. And then if it's not good, you get like, as a garage holder, you get like a strike, and 3 strikes and you lose your license to MOT cars basically. And I got that extra checkup, but everything is now fixed. But I was not, how to say that, I was not happy with it, because I needed to remove the sway bar in order to have clearance for the steering rack, the tie rod ends. And well, without a sway bar and with the car as high up as it is, it was just a no-go. It was just a boat. It was getting worse and worse. Also, where in the hell in this country are you going to drive off-road? Nowhere. So what I did, and you maybe just seen it on the ground, is that so cue the music before I get any stupid copyright strikes. This is one of the extended struts that I had, and I took them out. I got some spring spanners and we took them off, and I got just some lowering springs. I just cut them because the Volvo ones are so big and stiff and they can handle it. So I just took 2 coils out, as you can see, and it just the thing is all what is it, equal all the way down. So if you just got a bit off, it will still be seating in the thing like it should. So yeah, I decided to go lowering the car instead of raising it, because I don't want to drive a car with that shitty characteristics. Come on. So now that it's all done, which is basically just changing the springs on these things, if you want to see how I did that, just check back on a previous video where I put them on, because it's the same process but then just reverse, so I didn't bother to really film it. And now the only thing to do is put this wheel back on, and then we can drop it off the jack and see what the front ride height is like. And then I'm gonna take you guys along with the camera for the rear, and the rear is pretty simple. Also, I got some help from my neighbors, one there who's inside now, and the other one is right there. Apparently it was National Work on Your Car Day, so I just missed the moment of dropping it down, but here it is. And I think compared to how it was, it now has a weird stance. I mean, the front I think is perfect. It's decent, enough ground clearance and a little bit of wheel gap clearance. And then the rear is still high up. So I'm now gonna see if I can take the rear off. Those extension blocks I'm gonna take out. Hold on. It's fairly easy process, and you see nothing here, but you don't even see my hand barely. I'm gonna take some lighting out and then come right back. So I just took some light out, which is very convenient. As you can see, this stub here, this is the extension for the rear. I'm gonna take this one out, and then as you can see, the spring is just all equal and just simply sitting or being held on top and just sitting inside here. I put this one on to prevent it from slipping out, but I'm just gonna put it on jack stands, and then I can release the jack there. So we'll drop down. I'm gonna release that one. She can go like all through here. Wait, yeah, there, all the way up. Take that one out, and then I'm just gonna cut some coils from the bottom. And I think I'm first gonna do 1 or 2, depending on, because that one is secretly broken, 1 coil off. So I'm gonna cut them to equal length, and then just basically jack the car up, and as soon as it starts to come off the jack stands, then you know you have the same pressure as it normally standing on it. And then I can see the difference between the wheel gap, like on the front and on the rear. So just gonna do it 1 by 1, I think, or 2. Front I cut 2 springs, 2 coils. So should be all good. So let me just put it on jack stands and then lower it, take this one off, take that nut off, and then same on the other side. So I'm gonna do it twice. I'm gonna do it off camera because it's way easier, and also I'm using the light because it's getting dark, and I just want to get this done. So as you can see, the whole spring assembly is out. That's the thing that was oh wait, there we go. That's the thing that was in between there. The other one is out as well. I'm just making a shadow of the camera everywhere. It's not convenient. So yeah, I took the bottom bolt out of the shock absorber, which then make this rear assembly just fully like flexible. Took the little clamps out that were on the springs. Took the springs out, and now turn this off a bit, I guess. Oh wait. These are the rear springs. I had to look for some bolts because originally these were in there because they had to clear this whole piece, as you can see. But now I found a smaller one that is just without that piece. It's gonna be the same, like little stubby that I sort of need. Wait, let me turn this off. And then this one on. Is that a little better? It's a little better. But as you can see, small one, big one, that's the one I need now. And also the front had 2 coils, so the rear I'm gonna do 2 coils. Maybe it's gonna be 2.5 or 3, but you know, start small because you cannot like re-weld a piece like this on there. So I just want 2 coils, which is basically here for this one, which I'm now gonna do. There we go. So basically you count from this is the bottom, so that's 1 and then that's 2. Now I could have done this under the car because there's not much tension on them, but I needed to take these out, so they had to come out either way. So now this is all done and it can go back in again. So take this off here. No point of being there. So now we're gonna put these back in, and it should lower the car quite a lot. So now time to put this back on. We no light here anymore, so we go back out. For some reason this battery is almost done. So there's a good fat chance that I'm just gonna install these because it's just a few bolts and nuts. And then when it's installed and I got daylight again to show off the car, because you're not gonna see anything here now. I mean, it can shine on it, but it's not much you see. So I'll probably do this, finish it up, and then come back tomorrow with daylight and show you guys the final result. So here we are with the result. It's been what, 2-3 days later because my girlfriend takes this car to work as a daily, so every time she comes home it's dark already. And today is Friday and we're both off from work today, so I had of course some daylight time to show you guys how it is now lowered, which I think looks so good. I can go even lower, but then the car starts to become impractical. I already have one low car that is not practical as it is, so I decided to just give this an improvement of ride quality and not have it so low that it just scrapes everywhere, which I think I succeeded, because this car had normally a lot of wheel gap and now it's almost touching the fenders. Also, some people are very skeptical about cutting springs, but they're all seated in there. Like I said, they're like symmetrical. Some springs they start small, get big in the middle, and then small again. These are just, you know, they start small at the top, but the bottom is all equal, so it can just sit in the, you can't see anything there, so it sits in the sits in the place where it needs to sit, and it doesn't come out. Also the Volvo springs, because this is a heavy car, it's just, I don't know, those springs are so thick, so heavy, comparing them to any other springs that I've done in the past. Without the spring tensioners I was not able to get them off, because there's so much tension on them, and now it drives perfect. It was leaning in the corners because it was so top heavy basically, and so high on its wheels. It's not doing that anymore. I got the sway bar back installed because that fits now, so there's a lot more stability in the front. Also driving it with new shocks, because when it was a normal ride height it was on blown shocks, and I just switched them out for new shocks and then raised it up. But now it's like low, good shocks, and if you go in far enough you hit the bump stops, but the car just handles way better than it did. So why I took the camera out today and why the jack is here, there's two trailing arms going from the lower control arm to the body back that way, and there's a bushing in there that's pretty shot, and this one is not that bad, but the other side was bad. And then the wheel, basically if you brake or you hit a bump, the wheel center just goes forwards and backwards because there's play in the whole lower control arm. So I've got some new bushes. I wasn't able to fit them the last time because like I said, my girlfriend uses this car as a daily, and I just had one afternoon and it was even getting dark to get this car all done and sorted. So I was like, you know, just do the suspension first. I can do that in a second go, because if it wasn't able to make it, she need to go to work, we would have had a problem. So that's what I'm going to do now. So I'm gonna jack it up, take the wheel off, and I'm gonna show you guys how it works. So here we are with the wheel off. This nut needs to come off. There's a weird nut on the back of there, which I just clamped with the vice grip because I don't have the right socket to go on there. I have a few of them, but not that size, unfortunately. So that sucker needs to come off, which is a little bit of a pain in the ass, but we're gonna go for it. And then that one, which I already turned a few, loosened a few turns. If I get that out, that's just a long bolt that goes inside that rod tube, with it threaded on the inside. So if that one is out, I can then, if that one is out, drop that ball joint and then pull this one out, and then there's going to be a little cup on the front side of this and on the back side. I'm going to just show you the new ones. As you can see, they go on the front side and on the back side. So basically you have this construction where the lower control arm is in between here, and if we take the old ones out, you will see that this rubber here, which is pretty hard, is all gone, and it's only the metal ring like sticking out instead of the rubber that is sticking out. So what I did to get past the MOT is like I pulled one out, and I didn't have a new one, so I just I pulled it out and I fully caked it with silicone, let it harden out so it was a bit thicker as a rubber, and then put it back in, just tighten it all the way. So that's gonna be a mess to clean up, maybe, hopefully not. That's the other side though. This side was better, but you know, if you're changing one side and they were only like $5, let's just do the other side as well. So I'm gonna take that one out and that bolt out, and then I'm gonna pick the camera back up. So as you can see, I got the old ones out, and well, they look terrible if you compare that to like a fresh edge like this. So 2 out, 2 new in. Basically I got them out of the hole, as you can see, and there's now just a little cup ring thing where these go in. So I'm gonna clean this inside, so it became a little bit dirty, and then put the new ones in, put the trailing arm back in. I'm gonna do the other side, and then kind of what is it, wrap up this video. So let me just tighten some bolts again, because that's all it is. For everyone that is like, I'm too scared to work on my car, like 90% is just bolts, turning them loose and putting them back on. It's basically one of the easiest things. Also, not to diss on a mechanic, but it's no rocket science to become a mechanic. So sometimes they're like expertise things. It's not easy to do, but things like this, everyone can do it. And if you don't know how to do it, be like me and just you know, if I don't know how to do something, I just look it up on YouTube or just Google it. And you know, YouTube forums, they're all your friends basically. So then you know what to do, how to do it. Not that I necessarily needed it with this, but just to show you that if the car is acting a little bit weird, this can do so much for your rigidity, replacing bushings, which is quite an easy job to do. Sometimes you have to like press them out, which is a little bit harder, but still, it's not a hard job to do, and it can make so much difference to your car. So I highly recommend people, if they want to do something in the car, start with stuff like bushings. Make your car more tidy up and more better road handling. So what I'm gonna do now, like I said, put the new bushings back in, and then put the trailing arm back on, tighten everything, do the other side, and be done. On the belly of the mighty red one. Do you see the redness? I don't know if the camera picks that up, but it is red. Alright, so here we go. This should be enough. So now there should be no play in this whole lower control arm, because it was moving back and forth. So I'm now just gonna put the wheel back on, which is just a, you know, simple, easy thing to do. Nothing too special. I want to thank each and everyone for watching. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Stay tuned for more car drift game content, whatever it is. I don't even know what the next video is going to be. I'm sort of gathering some parts of the BMW. For the people that follow me on Instagram, it's the same as YouTube, just sliding underscore Dutchman, or the underscore sliding Dutchman. But if you follow me on Instagram, you got a little sneak peek of what's coming up next, because I tend to be a little bit up to date there. When I get parts, I just, you know, make a photo, or like lowering the Volvo. I share a little bit more when it's done, and then most of the time, a week later, the video comes out. So if you want to stay up to date or what I'm planning next, then Instagram is a good place to follow me. And just subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of this content in action. Like I said, next up is probably going to be something with the BMW, but the Volvo for now is I think all pretty much done. Bushings, redone the bushings. Everything is tight, everything is stiff. So now, ooh, hold on. While I have it on the jack, look at that flush. To be honest, it looks kind of cool. I could use a little spacer to space them out, but it will be unpractical, especially with the long wheelbase. If you hit a speed bump or whatever, you're gonna hit it in the middle of the car and just ruin everything. And it's a very reliable car, and I want to keep it that way, because this isn't, or well, I say isn't, it always runs and drives, but it's not always the most practical car to use. So I want to keep one car at least practical. That's why I'm not going overboard. But anyways, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, and see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace. Whether you like it or